Погнали. Я не помню, что тут и как, конечно же. Надеюсь разобраться. Так, мы где что делаем? Мы с кем-то пиздим. Ебать, что произошло с... Ну-ка. Рептит. Блин, в такие игры нужно сразу не вылезать, если пока не пройдешь. Кстати. Так, что тут? Сегодня какой день недели? А надо в среду что-то мне сделать, я помню. Выйти вечером до сцены. А я сегодня не выйду. Тайный коридор танца. Идите спид игры сходите. Куну нужно купить треники, блядь. Труп на пирсе. Ладно, сперва мне нужно с женщиной поговорить, насколько я понял. Если что бьет, то...
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
Мне нужно куда-то переехать, кстати, потому что не видно текст. Куда-то сюда, наверное.
You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly off into the wind. It's a Maybell. The young woman looks at the Maybell in your hand. The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little nod.
Холодный кофе пепельница похожа на ежа из большого количества кофе. Смешно. Чтобы защитить меня, смочь кнопку заводился в инвентарию.
6 crumbling petals rest on your palm. They're white, a bell-shaped crown.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle. Yes, but not this early, not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved. The revolutionaries, so the communards and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army, so it held meaning for the king's men too. It's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption. It's a symbol of the civil war. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
The petals feel dry and fragile in
Мгм. Эмпатия, логика. А у меня визуальный анализ и драма. Энциклопедия восприятия. Энциклопедия. Логика восприятия. Логика, драма. Окей.
Yes?
Hello. Oh, hello there.
Welcome to the roof.
Her hair is still slick from the shower. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built long and lean.
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. Oh yes, legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building.
Не,
They say a portal to hell has opened in there.
диско инфернум.
A third place? Interesting. That's probably why the cleaning lady quit.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a detective from Precinct 57.
Have I ever? This is the world's
Do not go along with this.
I stand corrected. What brings you back to me?
Miss, we are investigating the murder of the man who was hanged. The people responsible have asked us to talk to you.
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go there, use words like, I hear you have been through something difficult.
Бля, ничего не помню. Кто-то к ней приставал или что-то типа того было.
She looks at the dried petals in your palm, then lightly touches one with her fingernail. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp, like a mini dagger. The petal crumbles on contact.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style? A martial art, sir.
Samurai boxing, or sambo, graceful martial arts stuff. Sambo style implies stealth and cool.
Мгм.
Why was there a flower on the roof? I don't...
Or an admirer?
М. Воздыхательный, что это за слово? Мэра.
Admires? I'm too old to be a debutante. And this place is no fashionable society.
Ложь я ложь против.
Question avoided. Let's conclude that she has admirers. Plenty of them.
Опыт.
Yes, you're just one room away.
Good. Yes. This means she could have heard something. Like what you were doing before you blacked out.
You do not need to know that. What you need is to ask normal police questions, like,
Get a grip, he thinks.
Ah.
At least do your personal stuff when I'm not here.
Да камон, Ким. Неплохой номер.
Yeah, it's pretty deluxe. I'm wintering.
Вынтовый.
How long have you been staying here?
About 4 months. I came in November. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Revachol? Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other buildings are bombed. I'm winter.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the world. I heard this is where the washed up disco has-beens go.
А,
I'm really not. I'm winter.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the world. I always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year.
This is by far not the only reason she's here, and she isn't really hiding it either.
такая, и чё?
It is.
The lieutenant makes a note in his notebook. He finds the answer unsatisfying.
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should no, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
With money, sir.
Это,
It's not exactly
чё
the
было тут?
anti-star
Упал в ложь
sign
что-то.
caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there. Comes in handy when you've done too many opioids.
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry. Oh, yes. One of my favorites. It cures many ailments.
ну, я сказал лекарств.
Like not being able to stay up for 36 hours, not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a merit speed molecule, basically.
Бля, может не говорить, что я отсыпал? Я же спиздил, по сути, наркоту у нее. А чё звука-то нет? Я в ОБС смотрю вообще. У меня дождь капает. В ОБС не звука. Режим детектива? Интеграция с Twitch. Бля, вот не знаю, говорить ей или не говорить про то, что я отсыпал. Не буду.
Very funky. Okay.
Зачем так громко?
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke.
𝔻𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕚. Something stupid.
Want to hear what's stupid? Somewhere in a one-room apartment, On Boogie Street, a young man shows Patrol Officer Tilbrook his genital warts, asking if they're cancer. His partner, 𝔻𝕚𝕪𝕤𝕚, can't be there. He's in another apartment with another man who's showing him a dead dog under the radiator. It's dead, Mullins says. No, the man replies. He's warm, Mullins replies, because he's under the radiator.
Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death, how it sucks to be Oranese. All national literatures are...
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you like a glove.
Vredefort, Republic of Oranje. A bad memory, officer. Of lilacs and lightning, parks, glass, duraluminium. Vredefort is a conference city. It's always autumn there. And night.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing, if you're no longer there.
The conference centers are filled with people who get angry at you if you do something wrong.
Sooner or later, everyone does. I'm 28.
Игра что-то старая.
Nothing. I do nothing with it. Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit. Many things. A roller skating instructor.
It's the world's most tired smile. Of course she won a beauty pageant. She's very symmetrical.
I'm afraid you can't, officer.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag at an undisclosed location on the coast, along with cash and airline tickets.
So,
Thank you for your candor. Huh? Why?
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name than 𝔻𝕚𝕪𝕤𝕚. It's a weird name.
She seems to be telling the truth, sire.
Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to be stuck wandering the city like a ghost after being robbed of my travel documents. I don't want to become an indentured servant in a brothel on Boogie Street, and I don't want my relatives to pay the ransom.
There are plenty of other reasons for hiding your documents from the law.
It's also why I hid it.
Why else?
I'm an unpopular girl.
mhm.
There are people back home who don't like me. If they show up, I'm in a hurry. The kind of hurry where you can't afford to not find your documents. But don't worry, this has nothing to do with your investigation. I would love to change the subject. It's not important. Unless I'm some kind of suspect.
Didn't she say you would have to interrogate her before? And that she didn't do it? What was up with that?
Well. It seems I either underestimated you or overestimated. If I didn't know better, I'd say you feigned that fuck having lied to get me to say something stupid. Was that so?
The lieutenant gives you a little look. It's good we discussed your history with her, he thinks. I can play along.
Cool. You told us about the investigation Friday night, downstairs, at a table full of local kids and dock workers. You told pretty...
Опа.
Anyway, I thought it would be funny to say I didn't do it, because I knew about your investigation. Does that make me a suspect? I really must stop saying stupid things. Phew.
Playfully. She doesn't seem to be overly distressed, or distressed at all, really.
Look, I don't...
There are plenty of other reasons for hiding your documents from the law.
Ничего грамотно.
I would love to change...
Didn't she say you would have to interrogate her?
Well, if I didn't...
The lieutenant. It's good we discussed your history with...
I'm flattered. You told us about the investigation. Anyway, I thought it would be funny to say, phew.
Playfully. She doesn't seem to be over...
Okie dokie. The record. So official. Something difficult? I've been through at least half a dozen difficult things. Which one do you mean? By sexually assaulted, you mean raped?
Yes.
It's a bit early in the morning for raped, isn't it?
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered.
Вечер. Ну, вообще-то уже ночь, да?
Is it? It is evening. Time flies, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go with not raped. I don't want to say that shit about him.
By him, she must mean the victim.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone more, rapeable.
It's all very organic. Her mannerisms, her movements. If she's acting, she's quite gifted. By they, she means the Hardy Boys.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be spicier.
Ну,
I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe. I keep seeing him. Like he is now.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
We partied. With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that. Oh, it is. You're still alive.
What did you do when you...
We drank, sir. A lot. For weeks, basically. We had that effect on each other. We made each other drink harder.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder. And then drinking harder makes you do more speed. It's quite the combination. We also had sex.
ну,
A little. The drugs were good enough, and we did enough of them.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar. He was on some sort of assignment, a military man, as you probably know.
She appears aloof, but that scar part, the scary, is stressed and drawn out. What's that about? With longing. She misses him.
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that.
Ну,
Oh, yes. I have multiple viewpoints.
A bitter cringe. It hurts. You look to the lieutenant.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes.
Jackpot.
I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone.
мгм.
In Martinez, they call it snitching.
Reporting crimes is confidential in Revachol, miss.
I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled the mic and nicked the landline a little.
Ну,
With nail clippers. And I diverted some radio fuzz into it. Into the cold wire.
You were right to suspect there might be foul play involved with the broken phone line.
да.
Did I? Fuck. I didn't mean to. I had no idea what I was doing.
Jigsaw falling into place. This is satisfying. Good catch. I appreciate the symmetry.
I don't know, sir. It was stupid. I was drunk, too. I was probably afraid the Union was listening in. Locals say they have ears in the wires.
We're not entirely convinced about that answer, but okay. Let it slide. Push in.
Thank you for making the call, miss. It was the right...
I didn't want to, sir. And he...
We will move the body to the morgue today, miss. Don't worry.
A bit
You...
Yes,
jackpot.
I made it.
Reporting crimes is confidential.
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. None of these people called. He just kept hanging there.
Tearing off his armor. Demeaning him. Throwing rocks at him.
I didn't exact with nail...
You were right. Jigsaw
I don't know.
We're not...
Thank you for...
I did...
We will move the body to the morgue today, miss. Don't worry.
М,
Pretty much.
warming them.
I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
Maybe you don't.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales. Easy to see now that you're closer.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here.
мгм.
Let me make this 100% clear then, officer. I was not sexually assaulted. Would I be as flippant if I had been?
Ну, а почему нет? Это хорошая актриса.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here. Rotten timing. But you probably...
And his role in this strike was... what?
I think he was in a security detail. He was ex-military, worked for Wild Pines, and against the Union. We didn't discuss work much, if you know what I mean. But I understood it was dangerous.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
They're frequent guests downstairs. They have a booth for Union members. They're probably down there now. Over drinks. It's been a long, boring winter. A little, yeah.
Like you partied with the deceased?
No, not as hard.
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had a physical relationship with any of the hard...
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't remember precisely. Titus, obviously. But as I said, it's been a long winter.
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. I'm careful about that kind of thing. Not crossing the wires, you know? But that's probably where they got the rape idea. Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work. I suspect it's what they'd like to do to me.
Тут она имела в виду... Подожди, имеется в виду... Men like that. Окей, нет, значит, все правильно. Просто подумал, что нам это мужчинам нравится такое. Я такой, чего, думаю. Или, смотри, у них... 𝔻𝕚𝕚𝕪𝕤𝕚𝕤𝕚. Мужчинам нравится такое. Нет. Да, нет.
She breathes a silvery sigh of relief and weariness. The air on the roof.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Я должен сохраниться перед тем, как попробовать.
Why not? I'll be here until 11 p.m., drinking coffee, most likely. I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking... Not my favorite topic. How about we, Yeah? All right.
She looks back. Time, don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through... We will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the sill. Nothing, just time passing. You are not a fool. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back to detecting. She presses her elbows against her waist and slowly turns her head. Her hair brushes her shoulders, making a small hissing sound. Almost imperceptible. The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
Я хочу еще раз. Нет, она ушла в та. Как это не получится забудить? Блядский рот.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called hardy boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window. Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to...
You would have caught it.
Да.
If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure other things. The best liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
Блин, я хотел в глаза посмотреть. А где она? Чё?
This window is
Мы... Это 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕚𝕤𝕚, да? Чего он мелко висит? М.
the same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. The same small.
I don't know, Lieutenant Ефрейтор. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is
Да.
also your mysterious... I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the 𝔻𝕚𝕬𝕤 in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
Стереорасследование.
I hate it when that happens.
It's barred from the inside. You hear the bar rattle in the bracket. Sounds like it's heavy, too. Must be something valuable inside to go through the trouble of protecting it. The door is very sturdy indeed.
3%. Ну, это охуеть.
I don't know. It is not the first... I don't know. The vigilantes, the cadaver...
He doesn't say. You should have gloated. The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Я умер? Нет.
You kick it, gung-ho style. Entering the premises style. But the door fails to respect the force. All you hear...
The door has withstood your demolishing attempt. There must be another way in. Through the kitchen door, perhaps. Let's explore rather than destroy.
Я еще хочу. У меня получится. 3%, блядь.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Это мне каждый раз смотреть, да?
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Я еще попыток 5 сделаю, и все.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Ну почему она не подает? Очень странно, очень странно.
The
Наркотики
same
повышают
small,
лимит прокачки
heavy
навыков,
door.
говорят.
No lock in sight.
Подсказки.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight. The same small, heavy door. No lock in
Бля,
sight.
ладно, пусть. Последняя попытка сейчас еще сделаю.
Yes?
Нет.
The same small,
Ким уже блокирует
heavy
дверь, не
door.
дает мне.
No lock in sight.
Все, последняя попытка.
The same small, heavy door.
Блять.
No lock in sight.
Похуй.
You kick it. Gung.
The door has whisked through the...
Пойдем, Ким. Не знаю, зачем тебе эта дверь сдалась. А, что вот в этой комнате, блядь? Что это? Здесь, вот здесь. Опа! Так, мы сейчас будем пиздец с этими, да? Сегодня какой день недели вообще у меня? Среда, вторник? День третий. Что бы это ни значило.
You
Ёбаная
see
дверь.
a heavy steel door with a prominent. It could be connected to the barred door upstairs.
Ким, что делать с этой дверью? Секундочку. Так. Я хотел с ним попиздеть, но, видимо, нам не дадут, да? Пойдем танцевать, петь.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Well, well. Bringing him that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real to...
Спасибо. Я не забываю. Стой, 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 стой! Мне, наверное, нужно приодеться. Ужасно. Ах. Подожди, а перчатки куда надеваются? Все, сори, я не увидел. Сука, ну во что ты вырядился? Ладно, хуй с тобой. Наступаем.
The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your...
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Ой, бля.
The stage is all...
So, are you ready for your...
The air is thick.
Я готов.
The stage...
So, are you ready for...
The air is thick with anticipation.
Сейчас что-то будет, я говорю.
Someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go.
Love me sweet. Не, love me tender. Как там голос было? Это я для Кима пою вообще-то.
Go there to the tiny church there,
Это мой голос, ебать.
the smallest church in San, though
Наверное,
it once was larger.
нужно было петь, когда народ побольше.
How the real may rest there, down through the mist there, toward the Seven Sisters, toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
Сейчас. Что это? Спать под караоке? Я любил заглянуть в крошку церковь, в сад. Сад, крошка церковь мала, хоть бывало побольше. Небольшая река там журчит между скал, как сестрица ее обнимают утесы. Я там часто бывал, с церквушкой трава. Я там счастлив бывал и хотел бы остаться, но теперь ты один, и все в жизни пусто. Угу.
A lazy applause fills the room. You feel your hands shake as awareness of your body returns to you.
Я хотел бы посадить Киму. Ради бога, не увольняйте.
There is silence now in the deep where the voice came from. This guy really carried you. The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but gives you a quick smile before turning away.
Good, good. Are we ready? I want to unplug the microphone now.
Last words?
И что? Какая неловкая тишина. Ну как тебе, Ким?
Yes?
Ну ты ничего мне не расскажешь? Я выйдем. Так, чем заняться? О, надо ключ найти от двери. Так, секунду. Такс. Сейчас сек. Эть. Подожди. А как? А как? Ну-ка, вот, допустим, я сейчас сохранюсь и прокачаю технику. Могу ли я открыть дверь? Наверное, нет.
You see, it could be connected to the barred.
Да. Что это вот за корона? Э, м. Что я держу разговаривать? Я уже и так с галстуком пиздел. Так, у меня только что битрейт в 0 упал. Я иду проверять. Ну. Не, вроде все работает. Ну. Да, работает. Не, вроде все работает. Да, ты замолчи. Мгм. Окей. Раз работает. Битрейт, а вот опять 0. Странно, причем стрим идет нормально. То есть у меня 3800 дропов. Но стрим идет без просадок. Странная хуйня. Ладно. М. М. Пусть будет так. Так, ну и что мне теперь делать? Подожди. Ой. Смотр тела? Так мы же его осмотрели вроде, нет? Измените кровь. Я не хочу на наркоту, говорю, блядь. Ну, может, не сейчас. Знаете, публичную библиотеку 𝔻𝕚𝕪𝕤𝕚. Пойдем позвоним, кстати. 𝔻𝕚𝕪𝕤𝕚. Мне нужны твои автомобили.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
We should try again during business hour.
Anything else, Detective? 57?
In the cabin, you see a
Окей, я забыл, что сейчас вечер. Ловушки рядом с лодочной станцией. Elysium лежит далеко на северо-востоке от здания Фельд. Чё? Вот это? Здание Фельд. Где, блядь? Пиздец. Еды для кури. А, я помню, можно подделать эту хуйню, можно еще что-то. Не знаю, что делать сейчас. Ты все стоишь? Либо лучше, блядь.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Get a hold of yourself.
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol.
You are being weak. This is weakness, and it cannot go on much longer, or you will lose.
No. This is a two-man assignment because you need to get your shit together. Then the world will turn away from you and leave you behind. No. You will get your shit together.
You're sure this has not affected his impression of you in a good way? For a moment, the hanged man appears to smile. His lips are red, like a clown's.
Bitch fight, see? Bitches are at it.
Bitches about to kill each other, I think.
We should go and do something else. Give it half an hour. Then come back.
А, нет, не попробуй.
There he still
Ну,
is.
42% это много.
Right, There he still is. You crack open the ammonia ampoule and breathe in. The odor of death is still stronger. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring it. The spell has no effect. You stand eye to eye with it, the odor washing through you. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be. Under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a pot. The pry bar in your hand is itching for some action. The metal connects with the same ding. The sound does not appear to. The only difference is a barely audible click underneath. Sounds like the end of a long dice roll.
Did you hear that? A click? This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard.
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like whirls of floorboards, the design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps. If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton. The whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me?
X5415 6745 678222. Let's lie.
Блять, что? Зачем? Сука, ну вот я ненавижу такие моменты. Давай его обманем. Зачем, блядь? Ну какой ты козел. Ну я хочу его обмануть. Ну не хочу его обманывать. Ну ты урод, блядь. Мне кажется, это что-то на долгосрочную какую-то игру. То есть я сейчас скажу неправильно, и потом что-нибудь мы там найдем. Или приведет нас к чему-нибудь не тому. Или не знаю, давай-ка ему правду скажу.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Ну да.
The stench fills your nostrils as you push downward.
Stop!
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please...
Indeed, from this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
Он держится в натуре.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot? How many clues do you need? You already found a number. Besides, there's no way you are getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots for 7 days. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think they are the only thing left on him?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around. The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue? Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if we should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil. Yes, bullets will fly. They always do. And the coil is fleshy and mush and permeable. Cast it in ceramic shell. Resist. The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form. Ageless and synthetic.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Ебать.
By catching, do you mean let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them?
What was that about the constabulatory before? You need to push some buttons if you want to recruit the lieutenant in a conspiracy.
So they don't get shot in the foot? I think our extremities are fine without a dead man's boots.
Oops. Well, no one said it would work. Back to detecting now.
He worked for Cornell, like Joyce told us. This is military equipment, provided by a wealthy security contractor, with state ties. way above what we have.
Мгм.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos and extremities blotched pink, and the hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
Industrial strength.
Что произошло?
The can used for tying cargo to lorries. Yes, it looks like they used whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves. Right now, everything seems to fit their confession. It's not merely polyester, it's steel reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
Ну, если просто срезать, вдруг тело повредится, да?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Типа вот так вот. А не могли они с помощью тачки, которую привезли, типа, подвесить и затянуть?
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
Мгм.
The cadaver hangs. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. His corpse is marked by stars. Alcohol and heartbreak.
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination, last or penultimate century. Men who live harsh lives often turn to Inocentic worship. But which one? I see no trace of a humanoid figure. I agree.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Что это?
Etrugat Sunshine. Mini.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
А, Polaroid.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
Non-flammable. Trigat moment. Точно тату? Говорю, до пупка тату. А, не, досрочно осветление. Ты его раздул или он жирный?
In case we need it. It contains insight to the victim's person. This was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us. Now, if we could find someone to decipher it. Sure. Just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
Меня уже задушили, конечно.
Why do you think so? Okay.
Можно? Ну, пожалуйста. Бля,
The corpse looks right through you as you The man before you is his eye dark brown hair. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression. The
Я так и
corpse-
знал.
The man before you is his eye dark brown. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression.
I'm gone. Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
Getting my rocks off. Ебать, нихуя себе. Ну-ка, секундочку. Прикольная такая, не знаю, идиома что-то. My rocks off. Ну-ка. Having orgasm. Ну да. Get my rocks off. Интересно. Слушай. Надо запомнить.
Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you? Captain 𝔻𝕚𝕫𝕠.
He didn't choke himself. You know it.
Into the wild pale in the past, way out in the west. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer, a motherfucker, and a killer.
Motherfucker привлек.
Go ahead, 𝔻𝕚𝕠. I'm a joke. There is nothing funny about jokes either. A killer. Go ahead. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. Because you're a 𝔻𝕚𝕫𝕤𝕤. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions? Coming right up, 𝔻𝕚𝕫𝕤𝕤. This is getting upbeat now. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. Listen to yourself. You're not a Raphael anything. You're probably just Harry or something. That's right. Harry. Good for you. Fuck no. No, you don't. Between you and me, that's right. Stupid, boring Harry. Fuck no. No, you're not a Harry either. You're a motherfucker. Fuck no. You ain't no tequila sunset. You're probably just... You might be onto something there. Because you have. Love did me in, Brother Copo. It was love all along. Sure, Lobo. I can ask, looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands. The cold spring air smoothing them over.
Sure, looking at my face, motionless. You're a lying sack of shit, Copo. You're doing this because there is nothing else to do. Sure, Lobe, looking at my... I'm all you have. Then you truly lost it all, brother. Let the world drag it all away. Do I remind you of someone? You sure wriggled out of that one? God, please. Do I remind you? No, not quite. Sure I do. You just come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my... Of course. Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank...
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent... This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down.
So, what do you think? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal-like.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Я так хочу выбрать третий вариант.
Did we? I don't feel lucky. Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports her hanging.
You would still like the hypostasis marks in the neck to be a bit more pronounced.
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in. Agreed.
You would still like the hypostasis marks.
Maybe it looks faint to you? It could be more pronounced, actually. 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕚. Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to... Agreed.
You would still like the hypostasis marks in the...
Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption. But we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death. I agree.
There are crow's feet in his eyes. He's laughing silently. His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead. That sounds about right, yes. I agree.
There are his person...
Totally dead.
Sure. The corpse looks by, oblivious.
I agree.
There his person...
Totally dead. Absolutely.
Секунд. Я сейчас наушники ребят. Минут 10 нам осталось, прежде чем он зарядится.
I agree.
There are crow... His...
Totally dead. No siree. I agree.
His person...
Totally dead. Dabadoob-doob dead.
Что?
I agree.
There his per...
Totally dead. He is.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
Снимайте
Are
лучше.
you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. His torso covered the material delicate. These are clearly not boots. They're arm. The cadaver, the hangman.
Industrial strength. The can use... Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminate. A noose is what... That ladder...
Could be. The cadaver hangs. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso. His dark underneath the curdled meat there is an expression.
Why do you think so? There are no supernatural reasons. Why do you think so?
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself.
Of course. Come back.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
Куна, съебись нахуй.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Подстрелителями.
Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees. Someone else? You mean like the police?
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
No. Think of the boys from processing as murderers. Only instead of people, they murder crime scenes. Processing is a wrecking crew. They know how to commission off items and how to work the incinerator. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there
Давай,
might be
стреляй.
a chance to
Yeah, now we're talking.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss, Kuno!
The lieutenant is
Я не буду стрелять, сразу говорю.
On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea.
Нет, я не буду пробовать.
What else can we do? I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union...
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda. But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
We are not getting him down already. Not getting him down is a task that's already accomplished. Sadly, it's not our job to keep him up there, but to get him down.
How do you plan to get him down then? With social sensibility? Are you going to educate him down?
Стреляй.
He breathes out.
Oh yeah, do this shit! Fuck it up!
I'll blow his head off.
Каким образом?
Take it!
Yeah, take the shot.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says,
God damn it.
Ну ты попал.
he feels bad about it. About his eyes mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age.
Fucking idiot! Mukabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Блять, может мне... Может мне попробовать?
The man before you is naked.
Yes, we do. It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
Давай,
Go
давай.
ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poika.
О, да
Take it,
заебали
shoot
вы.
yourself in the mouth.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
The buckle comes into
Я не
focus
умею
in your
стрелять.
sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
This isn't mere boundary pushing. There is a
17%.
true suicidal rage in the kid as she's provoking you.
Давай заткнись. Направь пистолет на Куна. Сука, я так хочу это сделать. Направляй!
Your field
Блять!
of view narrows. The branch, the slow movement of the branch in the wind.
Я
and your
промахнулся.
shoulders directing the gun sink up. Dancing as you wait. Your breathing slows down. Some must
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now? Do it! Set me free!
You feel as though it would be dangerous to set this creature free.
Don't.
Блин, а можно ее застрелить? Сука.
Do it!
Я могу ее застрелить. Блять, я хочу ее застрелить. Ну 8%. О! Я убил ее! А что?
The sound of the explosion from your gun echoes all over Martinez. The bullet found its way to the heart of a kid.
Блять, охуенно. Все, я прошел игру, получается. За это даже ачивку не дали. Ну что это такое? Мне сейчас это пригодится.
The man before you is naked.
Yes, we do. It's bad. Go ahead.
This is the sorry.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poika. Take it.
The cold piece.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot.
The buckle comes into focus in your sight.
Why don't you just shoot yourself?
This isn't mere boundary pushing. There is a true suicidal rage in the kid as she's provoking you.
28%.
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it. What a mulko.
Are you? Because it sort of feels like you are. Please don't cry.
Зареветь, я заплачу. Я не
It
могу.
feels dry. Nothing comes out of you as you stretch and bend your face into a crying shape. You're too furious to cry, apparently. The lieutenant watches you jerk some tears, your shoulders shaking and your eyes dry.
You malolda! The can't even cry!
The lieutenant gently picks his gun from you.
We still need to get him down somehow.
Ладно, я буду пробовать отстрелить. Это самое интересное. Не хочу просить кого-то.
The man before you
Yes, we do. It's bad as it is. Go ahead.
This is the
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka!
the buckle.
Why don't you just shoot
This isn't mere boundary pushing. There is a true suicidal rage in the kid.
Bingo!
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Communism.
Коммунизм убил. Вот видите, блядь.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from. Only that. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Полицию вызывали?
Ace is high.
Я хочу дать 5 ему. Хочу.
This is high, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across the world.
И... Сюда.
The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary salutation. Your palm hurts from the slap. It's precise and down to the point.
I knew these guys were
Питер, что? В чем проблема? Что теперь?
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something.
It looks like I feel like taking a break
Трупный
from the
запах.
stench.
Как ням-ням.
I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy. Yes, the 4 phases of a murder scene. 1. Investigation of the scene. I can't say I'm fully satisfied with that part. We should search for prints, maybe. 2. Initial examination of the victim. We were exhaustive in our efforts there. Good. 3. Field autopsy. This will not be pleasant or easy, and it will have to be performed on the scene.
the fuck are they on about?
Cops are gonna cut his shit up!
4 and final, transport of the coroner's case to the district morgue. I'll do that. God, it stinks. No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain. From crime scene to autopsy to cleanup, we do it all. Your station would not have assigned you the case otherwise. This case is important.
Наушники сели. Эти заряжаются. Сейчас пройду. Так. Значит, такое важное дело.
I would suggest we interview Everard and Joyce, the leader of the Union and the Wild Pines rep, but we've already done that, so it's up to you, Detective. Take us where we need to be.
He trusts you have plenty of things in the task chain lined up.
Yes?
Как пёс, блядь, присел, да? Гной.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Не хочу я
Kuno
ничего
doesn't
покупать.
The trash container stands in the spring snow. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. The container sounds a muffled gong.
Взять информацию о серийном номере. Все из рации Кима, чтобы получить информацию о серийном номере. Ботинки повешены. Снимите ботинки жертвы. Необходимо снять труп, закончить вскрытие, обеспечить отсутствие Кима. Он не одобрит. Это чертовски сложно, так что не повещаешь, я должен экспертизу, так неожиданно не найти. Можно броня повешенного куда-то подевалась. Он ничего не скажет. Вскрытие. Стоп. Резко приветствую. Объяснимая феминистическая повестка. Лодская пятерня еще тут такая. Чего везде по 82? Я не помню, что это значит. Сколько? Я не могу. Запутался. Все. Тим, ты можешь идти?
Kuno's like Kuno's dad. Kuno doesn't give a fuck about it. Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing. This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum. He's thinking the kid has amassed quite the vocabulary of law enforcement terms, but he's not going to stick his nose into this.
Me and my partner are wondering, do you guys puff Peter?
Kuno erupts into laughter, pointing his finger at you. An unfortunate choice of words, the lieutenant from Precinct 57 thinks. He looks at the harbour walls looming overhead. He could use a cigarette right about now.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. Kuno's fuckgimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away. Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno, you wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate. Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows.
Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile.
Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to...
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information? Yes, pray pardon, sire. Better to let it be. I did not mean to make you paranoid.
You're testing Kuno's...
Get lost,
Kuno doesn't...
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Stay away from me, pig. You don't want to see what happens.
Я к тебе приду. Для Куна нужно коты достать. Именно купите. Квартира 12 ЖК Кейпсайд. Измените спиды для Куна. 12. Тихо. Ну, Туда? А, это. Вообще так темно стало.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churn. Only the red cable. The bear's eyes are still glowing. A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace.
А где? Я просто как, почему я еле вхожу? Пизду, я там застрял почему-то. Я не могу туда идти, не знаю почему. Ай, да. Можно я? Здорово, мелкая, блядь.
Trying to sneak up on.
Ну, шлюха, блядь.
There must be another way into the building.
А ты чё такой громкий?
door is closed again. Nothing to do here anymore. You hear someone inside, walking from room to room. Whoever lives here must be back home. The door is closed again. You hear someone inside, walking from room to room. Whoever lives here must be back home.
Что?
The door, you...
Что-то было. Вот.
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. More old bullet holes. Half a century at least. From the revolution.
Remnants from the revolution. These are over half a century old. Perhaps a crime of a sort ages ago, but no, these do not warrant an investigation. Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective.
Ну, если я обратно уже не беру. Нет? Куда попасть-то? Ебаный ворот. Сюда вот, блядь. Я не знаю. Это оттуда.
The door is closed again. Nothing to do here. You hear... Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Yeah, why? It's a wall. An ordinary wall.
Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by? We have business to attend to.
Надо сохраниться, что-то я тупанул. Подожди, у меня же было сохранение, как что. Автосейв, загрузи.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. Yeah. Just an ordinary wall. Because you see it. Finally. This wall is sublime. Look at it. All the other walls on all the other houses must make a... Oh, wall father.
Huh?
He sounds tired of it all. Cindy the Skull has all the necessary materials. Talk to her.
If you must.
Так. Сука, как мне попасть туда? Это что за дверь?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. A sturdy metal...
Madame, I assure you, we...
There is no reply. The door...
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside. Doesn't matter who I am.
From within comes the faint sound of a broom sweeping across the...
Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No, I already told you. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door? There must be another entrance to the east.
А, я знаю, но туда не могу пройти.
must be another way into the building.
Пожалуйста, помогите.
The door is... You hear...
Папка срака.
A sturdy metal... The door rattles.
Stop banging on the door! Ha! The police. No. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door. The door...
Stop banging on the door. Ha! No. Go check.
Backyard door.
Madame!
There is no reply. The door...
Stop banging on the. Ha! No. Go check.
Backyard door. The door...
Stop banging on. Doesn't matter.
From within.
Ha! No. Go check. The.
Backyard door. The door...
Stop banging. Ha! The. No. Go check.
Backyard door. The door...
Stop banging. Ha! No. Go check. The.
Backyard door.
Madame!
There is no reply. The door...
Stop banging. Ha! No. Go check.
Backyard door. The door...
Stop banging. Ha! The. No. Go check.
Backyard...
Тварь, ты ебливая, а? Старая пиздень, блядь. Я знаю, что ключ где-то здесь валяется. Вот камень. Хуй. Сука, ну что мне делать, блядь? Как называется? Кейпсайд. Ключ по-любому под этим камнем, блядь. Я просто не могу его подобрать пока что.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
What for?
Well, if it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking about? Then you have time to find your own fucking brush. There, Piggy. I guess art just isn't really you. 'Cause you suck in life and in everything. Hello again, officers.
Ну, очевидно. 3%. Я даже пытаться, наверное, не буду, блядь.
Hello again, officers.
Ну, вернее, буду пару раз.
Hello again, officers. Hello again, officers. Have you come? Hello again, officers.
They do.
Hello again, officers.
They.
Hello again, officers.
They.
Ах, 3%, блядь.
Hello again, officers.
They.
Hello again, officers.
They.
Да-да. Бля, что я делаю? Ой. Давай здесь загрузим.
Hello again, officers. What for? But boring. You're not using my lovely brush to spread boredom. I ain't helping no pigs fool honest, upstanding citizens. I'm not an. What do you think I'm trying to paint here? Well, if it's for art. But what? Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? No idea. No brush? Fuck off. You're about to cry internally, aren't you, Piggy? Oh.
Я хуй убедишь, наверное, да?
Hello again, what for? Well, if it's for. Sounds like you're just about to live out your self-pity, not make a statement. Yeah, not gonna hold my breath, Piggy. You look like you'd suck.
They do say the painter always paints his own portrait.
That's pretty fucked up, even for you, Piggo. I think everyone would rather you didn't. You're a real sad sack. You know that? Go ahead then. Art it up. Just try not to hurt yourself. And no self-portrait. Oh, but I'm all out of fuel oil.
Fuel? That wasn't paint. It was heavy fuel oil, marked red for use by government vehicles.
What do you think I was using?
You know what you've got in that fuel canister you scavenged from your 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, paint and a brush.
Я могу рисовать.
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things could be.
Я люблю тебя, акула. Кажется. У всех стен, что за тень лежит здесь. Ярким блеском. Морковкой запустил. Я без тебя, акула. Вот, fuck the police.
You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation?
Мне не нравится.
The paintbrush in your The lieutenant looks at the wall in dismay.
But we are the police. But why? We work 12-hour shifts. We get shot at, spat on.
Ah, maybe there's a reason for that. You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a day.
Ну, тоже такое. Давай бы ачивки хотя бы взять. Сколько у меня ачивок за все было? 6 из 40.
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded... You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message.
Very poetic.
The paintbrush in your hand is like...
Я все варианты попробую.
You've spoken. The wall will now...
Very...
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded... You've spoken. The wall will now... The paintbrush in your hand is like...
No pumpkin.
You've spoken. The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
Да нет, я случайно.
You've spoken.
Да,
The
рисую.
paintbrush in your hand is...
Пошлая рисую. Я руки положу на диск Elysium.
You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so.
Very poetic.
Да. Эй, прошмандовку я нарисовал.
Hello again.
Fuck you. Наверное, нам пора домой, блядь. Поспать бы, кстати. До утра. Или мы типа здесь не спим никогда.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Sir, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armor if you... Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then. No. And I doubt they'll get back to me before tomorrow morning. And 57...
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a...
Так. Спрашивайте о татуировке. Портовые ворота. Это где вообще? Все же спят.
A lorry stuck.
Lowman, you called me at...
Я в пизду не хочу.
Ah, smallest church in Saint-Saëns, right? Cool. Now, what can I do for you?
Можно лечь спать? Увидимся утром. Увидимся. А, это
The
квартира.
bed is still cold. It's not easy, but your bones are so tired from what feel like weeks of work on the case. You have to try. After what feels like hours, you feel you might be sleeping.
Да?
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names recorded in you forever on ferrotape. No, you're spinning tapes at the discotheque. The great unceasing. On and on it goes, for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising. Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time. It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of your... You can never forget this shit. Beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images. You're the son of the world again, Harrister. A ceaseless agent, picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Не. Что я сделал? 𝔻𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕚𝕤𝕚. Это нужно делать вот здесь. И куда-нибудь сюда вот. Надо было давно так сделать.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
It's too late. You're not made of nothing anymore. You're something now, Harry.
For the greater good. For Revacol. Always and only.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth. There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco's side.
You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go.
Я понравилось, ничего не видел.
Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. You were right, brother. Back there, in your sleep, all the weak-willed delinquents, dilly-dalliers, foreign moneylenders, insane anarchists. And yes, the 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤. They've run this place to ruin.
Delay Dollars. Это кто? Запряжу. 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤.
But you did. Not with words, but you did, brother. No, brother. Forget about your gut. We've got much more pressing matters to focus on. I will send you back to the time when the sun had not yet vanished, when it was still setting into the sea. The time of the suzerain, the time when love was still possible. To go back with the knowledge and the experience you now have, and to do it all over. Do it richtig this time. Protect the suzerainty. Clean up the city. Revive this. No one. Don't ask about her. You fool. Second chances are not about questions. They are about actions. 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕚. There must be others like you. Men who long for the days when words like loyalty and love. People whose yearning for the past is so great they barely live in the present. Those are the men. Think, maybe you've already met someone like that. Now we're making bank. A man with guts and a memory. I felt it too. He could be a treasure trove of wisdom. Who else? Oh yes, Gary is exactly the kind of guy we want. He knows something. Who else? Now, there is a man who values the past with passion. And you know how the saying goes. That is not a saying. It makes no sense. Measurehead is exactly the kind of man who'd know how to step back into the past. Bullseye. And that's the vibe we're looking for. Those are the people with answers.
Просто bullseye.
And by longing, you meant blatantly racist, right? No, not her. She's a woman. Anyone else? 4 is a good number of traditionalists. It's plenty. Let's go see what they know. History will remember us. And this time we don't have to worry about her being kind. 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤, Kingsman. Charge for Revocol. Charge for love.
Эти вебка сдохла. В смысле не сдохла? Подохла. Нет. Let's. Чё сейчас было, ничего не понял. Но фонарь мне явно нужно убрать. Нет. мне, кстати, нужно без Кима провернуть что-то. Точно. Дальше наверху. Это что? Делаем. Это хорошо.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation. Ah, yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer. Wow. Mythopoetically adequate stuff.
She's a glib girl, but she liked the wording.
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say. Probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them. Were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course, like 7.
Then, doesn't life get hard because we go on?
I think you might have come to the same conclusion last night. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped, and there was a change of pace. A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of that time you were yelling along to it. Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it. Yes, it was very...
It's impossible to say whether she's being sarcastic.
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
Ага.
No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room.
Как определить одно от другого? Не определить, а отличить.
A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And that was it. No problem, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Not my favorite topic, but okay. How about we, change the subject to something more...
Да, я тебе сейчас в глаза буду смотреть.
Hello, officer? What brings you up here again?
Сила воли мне нужна. Толкнул. Не дай силу воли. Бля. Я сила воли на мне. О, вот я сполз на полу не вытащил.
Hello, officer? What?
She looked.
Hello, officer?
Soft, light brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted. I have bad news for you. You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, you. He's talking about you, you boring. You too. Me? What did I do? I'm merely a master. These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore. Believe it. How it always does, through subtlety. There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is. Things will go as... No. It's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it, is it not? There's no way of knowing. At the moment, I'm afraid it's best to assume all bullshit, man. I ain't compromised, especially that guy. That guy's the most compromised. No fucking way, man. I just want a drag of that sweet menthol Ziggy. Really? Quick. Tell me what's
Ziggy,
under her
сигаретка.
jumpsuit. Glory, truth, softness. Protect her. She wants you. I take it back. He's got it pretty bad. But this next guy's, she likes you. The crown head is a boring condom. He's jealous. This is human nature.
Boring condom, ну вот это.
Yes, Mr. Thespian here has been singing paeans to how truthful she is. She is a lady, most fair and just. In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths more often than outright lies. That is correct, and omissions too. A little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. Maybe they add flair or something. I wouldn't know. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Not with her. Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not with Miss Orange Disco Dancer here. You can't draw a sound conclusion. The one who usually... She may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. She may have a past she's escaping, unrelated to this case. See? It's oddly moderate, probably compromised. Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this.
Блядь. Но навряд ли что-то заподозрит в этом.
The silence broken. She exhales.
God, no.
Ну, с ней вроде попиздели. Ну, нужен... Сейчас. Нужно как-то обойти Кима. Нет, ну козел! А как мне мимо него пройти? Бля. Да, блядь, Ким, отъебись!
Yes?
Сука.
Yes. What is it? That was pretty good.
That was. Yeah, that was absolute shit, if you want my opinion. Drunken shit. Haven't wanted anything to end this badly since horrible. Truly horrible. I beg of you.
Jean, it's not right. Don't make it worse. And I really liked it.
She actually did.
She actually did. Слышь, уебище.
Again? I can't.
Fuck you.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are.
Hey, was there something...
С тобой нет
The
смысла.
man ponders his cooking you.
Слышь,
I've got nothing to say to you.
ну и пошла нахуй пиздень, блядь, ебаный.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The
Боярышник.
hawthorn branches scrape the glass. You see 2, maybe 3 bushes grown into a single thicket over a period of circa 50 years. It takes time for a hedge like that to form.
Восемь. Восприятие. Нужно что-то для восприятия, блядь. О, восприятие. Сапоги. Мне что-нибудь здесь... Мне с одного восприятия. Так, мне нужно шляпу. А ну.
Behind the door, you see two,
О!
maybe three bushes grown into a nothing.
Ну да, ну бывает.
Behind the door, you see
Давай,
two,
давай, давай.
maybe there's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A
Ключ?
tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket.
Что?
Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
Huh?
Можешь, пожалуйста, дать мне ключ?
I'm not your janitor, cop. I don't even know.
If he says it's there, it's there.
And I need the fatty to get his feet amputated because the smell is killing me. We can't always get what we want.
God damn it, Dennis. You know I can't help it.
Sorry, fucko. These guys won't help you. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slips the key is brass. Workshop spare is etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the horn?
I'm tired of listening to your shit. Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
There is a silence around this man's words. Unlike Titus, they're afraid of him. That's the type of respect he commands.
Didn't even know it was there. Boys.
No idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became
Yo,
our
nigga.
place.
It could open the door in the kitchen. The blue door. It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a
No
workshop there.
way. Так это запасной.
It's worth a try.
Подожди. Так это же не... Синяя дверь же не запасная. Запасная?
The man ponders his... You see a heavy steel... It could be connected to the barred door upstairs. The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it. After all,
Ёб твою
the
мать.
dust
Неужели я
rises
открыл?
before you like mist. A tomb? No. Smells like engine grease and cut.
Секретно, секретно. О май. С автоматом пинбол, гранкерный вервицкий, рисунок, чтобы ничего. Пинбол белая Деора на задней панели изображена скребящая женщина. Внимание, запасной ключ привязан к кусту за окном угловой комнаты. Деньги.
Over there, in the corner. Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get...
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
Такой же
A
играл.
little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. Let's get the game on, finger boy. Those flippers are ready. Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Muindi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return. The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat areas around the playfield represents Gordy's climb. places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
Так, давай. Сохранились.
Over there, in the... not just any pinball machine. This is...
Ah, great.
Cornelius, get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready. It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease. Go, go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the goats. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
Каким он был?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his
Это есть
travels.
расист.
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent. He also hit his wife and kids, other people's kids too. But you seem to be having fun.
Your game is definitely improving. The jolly goats are flying all over the board. And although suddenly a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go. Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents its tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine. Something lasts. An ampoule? The words pale rupture light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. You're down to your
Блять,
last
ну я так и
goat,
знал,
going
нахуй.
mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
Скорость реакции. У меня вообще этого нет.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then it's all over.
Зачем мне 2 варианта? Скорость реакции. Но у меня нет ничего на скорость реакции.
With automation like precision, you keep the final goat ball in play,
8%,
reacting to the tiniest stimuli, floating in the flow state. The fog is
Охуеть.
clearing, and suddenly the old gaudy ball is...
А?
A panel opens up at
А
the
я
top
бы сейчас
of the
вышел
board,
и загрузился
and a
и
new ball
попытался бы
charges
найти
down
что-нибудь на скорость
It's
реакции.
larger than the goats and matte black.
Странно, не было.
Cornelius spell the white letters running across the equator.
Так.
So violent is its descent, it immediately knocks the last goat into the abyss, then proceeds to bounce all across the board as if carried by some demonic otherworldly inertia. High score, announce the speakers, and the whole machine lights up. Then the flippers retract, leaving a perfect opening for the gaudy ball to join the goats backstage. Cornelius vanishes.
That's amazing.
Мне кажется, я победил.
You didn't just win. No one I know has ever
Вот
beaten
так
Gordy's
вот,
goats.
вот так вот.
That is a monumental
Да,
achievement.
да, да.
Congratulations, Your Highness. That was really impressive.
Сюда.
The
Охуенно.
machine needs a good service before anyone else can even attempt it.
Ладно.
Yes. Good times.
Once again, the machine becomes one with the dust and the dark. Life has left it, unlikely to ever return.
Жаль. Но я победил.
Revacholian nationhood.
Nationhood.
The Revacholian state will be a serene place. You should get a drink. A beautiful, serene place of mystery and peace. It will not be a place for women to infect with their frailty and hysterics, or where the Seminoles will be allowed to wear their pants around their ankles. All of that will go once you get a drink. Actual art degree.
Я тоже?
Trite, contrived, mediocre, milquetoast, amateurish, infantile, cliché and gonorrhea-ridden peon to conformism. I fucked me. Affront to humanity. War crime. Should literally be tried for war crimes.
-1 координация. Настоящих самообразования. Писание к боевому духу 10 очков опыта. Чтобы забыть, мне тоже очко нужно. Блять, ну координация-то мне нужна нахуй. Сука ебаная. Ну и нахуй я качал, блядь. Алкоголь дает плюс 2 физический. Националистический вариант в диалог минус урон в -1 боевого духа. Что за бред я бы? Ну кал, блядь. Все.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played. Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the
machines.
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist pinball.
What a dumb name. Royalist pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about.
Кажется, ты недолюбишь пинболки.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move.
He doesn't.
Энциклопедия. Если я закончу с мыслью. Похуй.
It's strange that he doesn't like pinball. Kim here is a Zeolite. His people are...
Us?
Stop.
Okay. I don't like pinball because I had to learn to play it for an undercover job at a pinball ring. And it's a lame, boring, and
Super. Tip-top. This went pretty well, all things considered.
No. Yes?
Эх, блять, ну 58, а там на 8 я победил. Ну что за... Что это такое? И грузится 8 минут назад. Давай сейчас сохраню в новом месте. Я загружу, посмотрю, где... Так. Это до игры или после?
Over there, in the corner, not just any pinball machine.
До игры.
Ah, great.
Cornelius, get the game on, fingerboy. Those flippers are...
Окей, ну, ничего не поделать.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to
Там
step
ведерко
inside.
случайно не ёбнули?
Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July. There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descendre, and an international call for emergency.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
Их чинили в будущем.
No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century. No, I think the bureaucrats just forgot about this backroom elevator after the revolution. That it does. At the end of the last century. Look on the bright side. If it
It appears this whole enthusiasm is sarcastic.
seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
Поехали. Я знаю, кажется, сделаю как. Или нет. В любом случае, узнаю я это потом. Звоните другу. Записать. Все, я очень хочу жрать.